Hi everybody, it's Linda the Bro Crafter. My big hands. Sorry. I started this video a few minutes ago and I somehow turned the camera off. So I'm having to start from brand new again. Sorry. This sometimes can be a real pain in the behind, this camera. But that's the way life is sometimes. So it is after New Year's. I have finished my janket, my black janket that I was making the last time we talked when I was in the Michael's parking lot. And there's two things I wanted to do with you today. The first one was brought up to me during Christmas, and that's how do you keep your crochet work even on the ends without it going in a V this way or doing the, wavy edges, which I have made Afghans with wavy edges unintentionally until I really got the hang of where to put my stitches. So I've worked up just a little swatch of some yarn here, and I'm using a big hook. I treated myself from Amazon to these ergonomic crochet hooks because my hands get so crampy when I get to crocheting. So I'm going to work a few double crochets here into this swatch just to show you. And what I'm doing is I'm doing a front loop there, and now I'm going to work in the back loop. If you see on the top here, there's a front loop here and a back loop there. So I'm just switching between front loop and back loop, front loop and back loop, because I've just figured out that looks kind of neat. So that's a front. And you'll see that I just made a double crochet in the last double crochet that I made before my end, right here. So that all lines up. So I'm going to yarn over, and this is my chain 3 from my turning, okay? So you want to go in the top of that one, do a double crochet, and this works with the single, the half double, and the treble crochet, okay? So you see, everything's in line. All of my stitches are one on top of the other. You're going to chain 3. If you're doing a double, if you're doing a single, you only chain 2. If you're doing a half double, chain 2. If you're doing a treble, chain 4. I'm going to yarn over. So where do I put this next stitch? If I put it here, which is the first logical place that you see an opening, I'm actually on top of the chain 3 from the row below. So my Afghan will start going off at an angle like a V, which is not good. So where do you put it? Well, you find the very first double crochet that you crocheted, which is right here, and you go either through both loops, through the back loop, or through the front loop. So we'll go through the front loop, and then we'll go through the back loop of the next one, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. And now you'll see when I have this here, everything is lined up. All of my double crochets from each row to each row to each row are all lined up, one on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other. That's how I keep my edges straight. So you don't want to go into that first hole, which looks like it would be the logical place to go, which I have done a bazillion times, don't go there. You want to crochet on top of that very first one you did on the row below. And then all of your edges be nice and straight and neat and tidy. So I hope that helps, Miss Elaine. I do. The next one we're going to do is a bracelet. Let's see, what size is this one? It's a 5. That's too big. I need an itty bitty one. That's a 2. That's the size I need. And see, all of them, they're very pretty. Come in all different colors. But like I said, my hands get so cramped up when I'm trying to crochet that I had to get some ergonomic. There we go. You see a little spot there. Sorry. Okay. I have taken 12 beads that I had laying around, as you can see. And I put them on some embroidery floss. You can use yarn. They're actually pink, although they look kind of white. But they're not. They're pink. And I'm just going to do a quick slip knot. As always, I'm going to leave a nice long tail to weave in, and get myself set here. I'm going to crochet 2, chain 2, and I'm going to bring the first little bead up. Okay. You're going to yarn over and grab and capture that bead. You're going to bring it through. Then you're going to go back down through this little opening right here where we just capture it. Yarn over, bring up that loop, and make a single crochet. And when it's this tiny and small, sometimes if you pull too hard on your tension, it can be a little difficult. Okay, so I've captured my bead. Now I'm going to chain 2. 1, 2. I'm going to bring up my next one. Yarn over, capture that one. Oop. Flippin' floppin'. Okay. I'm going to grab a hold of that tail. Bring up that one. And we're going to capture it somehow. Okay. Capture that. Then we're going to go back in underneath it. If you could see me now, I've got my tongue hanging out of my mouth like I always do when I'm concentrating. It used to be a majorette 8 million years ago. They always would tell me, Linda, don't stick your tongue out. Okay, chain 2. Chain 2. Pull up your next bead. I hope this is coming out. You're just going to capture it. Pa-boom. Go underneath it. like that. Yarn over, catch it, and do a single crochet. And it will go through. Now I've used 12 beads, okay? So this should give me enough for a good size 7.5 or so bracelet. Chain 2. Keep looking at my time, make sure I don't go over. Because they only let you put a 15-minute video up unless you do it in 2 halves. And that's kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm going to go back underneath in that space and capture it with a single crochet. And I'm going to chain 2. Oop. Crap. Chain 2. Bring up my next one. I gotta capture that. Okay. I'm gonna go underneath. Yarn over. Bring it up. And single crochet. I'm going to pause here for a second so I can finish this strand, and I'll be back in a minute to show you how to finish it up. Don't go away.